In a small, forgotten village, one boy's simple act would change the fate of thousands. This is his story. In a small, forgotten village, a young boy made a promise to bring life back to the land. No one believed him until the miracle began. In a remote village where the scorching sun ruled the skies, and rain was nothing more than a fading memory, a young boy stood on a hill, staring at the lifeless land around him. Everyone had accepted that nothing could grow here. Everyone except him. While other children played and laughed, he would walk to the edge of the dried-up river every morning, carrying a small, rusty bucket. Inside it, just enough water for one seed. He remembered his grandfather's words, "Plant a tree and you plant hope." Those words became his mission. Day after day, he planted one tiny seed in the dry, cracked soil, pouring the precious drops of water as if feeding life itself. People laughed at him. "You think a forest will grow from your little bucket?" they mocked. But he didn't answer. He kept planting. Seasons changed. Harsh winds blew. Storms came and went. Yet he returned every morning, holding his bucket like a warrior's shield. One morning, as the first rays of dawn kissed the earth, he noticed something: tiny green leaves pushing through the soil. It was a victory, small yet powerful. He smiled, knowing this was only the beginning. Years passed. The boy grew taller, and so did his trees. The once dry land began to wear a green crown. Birds returned, singing songs the villagers had forgotten. Shade spread across the village like a blessing from the heavens. Children now played in the shade of the trees he planted. They didn't know his name, but they enjoyed the gift of his patience. One day, a severe drought hit the region. Neighboring villages dried up, but his village stood strong, protected by a green wall of life. The elders finally realized this boy had not just planted trees, he had planted the future. He never sought fame, never asked for thanks. His reward was the sound of leaves dancing in the wind. Decades later, the once lonely boy had become an old man. The forest he planted now stretched beyond the horizon. He walked slowly through the forest path, touching each tree like greeting an old friend. Some trees were so tall their tops kissed the clouds. Others bore fruits that fed the entire village. The river, once dry, now flowed again, fed by the forest's roots and the rain it called back. The villagers gathered one evening, lighting lanterns under the trees, celebrating the man who had... When they asked him what kept him going all those years, he simply said, "One seed at a time." The story of the boy who planted trees spread far beyond his village, inspiring thousands across the land. Forests began to grow in other dry lands, all because one boy decided not to give up. Generations later, children would read his story in school books, calling him the forest maker. He had started with nothing but a rusty bucket, a handful of seeds, and unshakable hope. The green forest stood as proof that even the smallest hands can change the world. His life taught one lesson: growth takes time, but its roots run deep. Every leaf in that forest whispered the same truth: patience grows miracles. And so, the boy who planted trees every day didn't just save his village, he saved hope itself. Some say, if you walk through his forest at dawn, you can still hear his footsteps. His story lives on, and every seed planted,
and in every heart that dares to dream. If you were inspired, hit like and subscribe for more amazing stories.